Hello, I'm James Burleson, the Public Information Officer with the North Glen Police Department. This report will cover the weeks of March 25th through April 7th. Just before 4 a.m. on March 28th, while on patrol, officers noticed a car parked near a business with no trespassing signs. The officer made contact with the occupants of the vehicle and discovered the driver had multiple felony warrants for his arrest. While conducting a search of the vehicle, the officer located drugs and drug paraphernalia. Additionally, the officer recovered a ballistic vest and other law enforcement equipment that had been stolen from a local police department. On March 30th at 5 a.m., officers responded to a shed fire. Upon arrival, officers observed the shed engulfed in flames. No injuries were reported, and the North Metro firefighters quickly had the fire under control. The fire is believed to have started from a nearby fire pit used the night before. On March 31st, just after 6:30 p.m., officers responded to a reported domestic violence incident. Upon arrival, officers made contact with 3 occupants inside the residence. While investigating, officers discovered one occupant had a protection order prohibiting the possession of firearms. Following the admission of possessing a firearm and officers observing live ammunition and a handgun magazine, a search warrant for the residence was obtained. During the search, officers recovered a handgun magazine with live rounds of ammunition and a long rifle. Additionally, officers recovered numerous spent shell casings from a gray Ford Mustang parked in the attached garage. A bulletin was issued to other law enforcement agencies regarding the vehicle to determine if it was used in any reported criminal activity. On March 31st, just after 10 p.m., officers were dispatched to a report of shots fired on the Highline Canal Trail. Once on scene, officers located a weapon-mounted light and 14 shell casings. Officers conducted interviews with witnesses who heard the shots but were unable to provide a suspect description. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to call North Glen Police Department Officer Chelsea Ohl at 720-665-3081. On April 2nd, just after midnight, officers were dispatched to a business alarm at a liquor store in the 1400 block of West 104th Avenue. Upon arrival, officers observed the glass on the front door was smashed. While investigating, officers discovered the cash registers appeared to be tampered with and vapes and liquor were missing from the store. A review of video surveillance discovered the suspects were wearing hoodies and face coverings. The suspects carried backpacks on the front of their bodies. Anyone with information, please contact Detective Terry Hudak at 303-450-8858. On April 4th at 9:15 p.m., officers responded to a disturbance with weapons. Upon arrival, witnesses related that following a traffic accident, a physical altercation ensued between the drivers. Witnesses related one subject had a handgun and during the fight struck the victims multiple times. The victim was located on scene and had suffered serious head injuries. The suspect fled the scene. Officers requested assistance from the Westminster Police Department's K-9 unit to track the subject. The K-9 unit tracked the suspect to a nearby residence, and the suspect was arrested without incident. He is charged with first-degree assault, hit and run, and other related charges. On April 6th at 5 a.m., Officer Schroeder was patrolling an apartment complex and observed several occupants within a parked vehicle with the windows partially covered. He approached the vehicle and observed 2 occupants exit and attempt to walk away. The officer then observed through the driver's window drug paraphernalia and detected the odor of smoked fentanyl. The occupants were detained, and Officer Schroeder conducted a search of the vehicle. The officer recovered drug paraphernalia throughout the vehicle and a black satchel containing suspected methamphetamine and cocaine. Additionally, the satchel contained a stolen handgun, reported stolen out of Lakewood. The driver was found to have an active felony warrant for his arrest. During the investigation, officers found more than 32 grams of methamphetamine, 4.68 grams of cocaine, and 398 fentanyl pills, and recovered more than $2,800 cash. Crime data and trends can be found on our website, www.northglen.org/police. Be sure to follow us on social media for the latest from the North Glen Police Department.